Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ruth, and today's video is going to be about a story time about my first semester nursing school journey. As most of you, my viewers, know, this channel is mostly about my nursing school journey and some personal experiences in life that maybe just something fun to share with you guys. But this video gonna be a little bit long because it's a story time, so but you're gonna love it hopefully. Okay, so let's get into it. Or before I get into it, let me say thank you to my subscribers and all of you who come on here, my viewers. Thank you for always coming on here and supporting me. I really do appreciate it. Okay, let's get into the video. I have a little note just to not go overboard. Alright, so this is a story time, like I said. And I'm going to start first of all with my struggles and then my success and just a word of encouragement for to motivate someone out there who's thinking about pursuing this career of nursing. Okay, so during the semester, this semester it started off crazy. Like in my last video when I said it was full of tears and stress, it was no joke. I had struggled with especially testing. I have struggled with answering those test questions and stuff because nursing, the test questions are different. The way they word them is different. And you have to understand, like really read the question and know what they're asking for and what's important in that question to be able to answer those questions. And I have struggled with identifying exactly what they're looking for. And also, I also have struggled with second guessing myself. Like sometimes I read the questions and I see it, I know it, and I'm like, no, they can't be asking for this. This is like simple question. Like the answer choice that I see is correct. That my instinct from what I have studied tells me is correct. I'm like, why would they ask question about this? And this is nursing, right? It should be a harder, like some kind of big grammatical word, medical term, and I would see some kind of crazy word that they just threw in there, and I would choose that I would leave that simple answer that I saw was correct and choose something that is incorrect, but it's some word that I don't even know the meaning for or meaning of, and I will select it and I'll get the questions wrong. So at the beginning of the semester, I'm telling you, I wasn't doing well. Even though I was studying, I was kicking my butt up, staying up all night studying, but I wasn't getting the grades for my study time, if you understand what that feels like. So it was really depressing, honestly. I must admit, like I had a lot of breakdowns. I had a lot of crying when I come from my test after studying and not passing. It was tough, honestly. And this went on for a long time, yes. But when I come to my success, I'm gonna tell you how I was able to overcome that. And like also thought of inadequacy, that's another thing. Like I was always feeling like it's because people have already said it's gonna be difficult, it's nursing school is hard, which it is, it's hard because of how much demand on your study hours and just so much material presented in a short period of time. It can be stressful. Just thinking about everything you have to do in 4 months is stressful. And that's something I want to talk about later on too. How I handle it. So I had thoughts of inadequacy that I, probably they were right. Probably I can't do this, and there was something in me that kept telling me, you can do this. Like, you can do it. If God has brought you this far, He knows He's giving you something to do this. Okay? Just trust Him. And I also have anxiety issues, like not crazy anxiety, but I realized that like I won't be anxious until like it's few minutes to the test. And I go in there and I'm like so anxious. Like sometimes I don't know if it's because the testing room is cool, but for a second, like even holding the mouse, I will feel my hands trembling. And I'll just leave the mouse and rub my hands a little bit and say a little short prayer. I'm like, oh Jehovah God, please help me and take away this anxiety from me. And I will go back and continue answering my questions. But anxiety was a serious issue for me during this semester. And it's crazy, y'all. I'm gonna go a little bit TMI, like um for you who don't know what that means, it means too much information. On my last few tests, it is crazy, and I'm saying I'm gonna be a little crazy right now. Like every morning before test, like I had diarrhea. Like I'm serious. I'll be going to the toilet like 3 times before the exam. And as soon as the exam is over, diarrhea is gone. Like that's how crazy this semester was. So I got to learn a little bit more about myself. I didn't know I had a little bit of anxiety issue, but hey, I was able to go through it successfully, and hopefully next semester I can get a better hang of myself with God's help. Okay, so those are my struggle, and because of my anxiety, I feel like I was a little bit slacking in my faith, like trusting on who brought me in this far anyway. Like this is God. God brought me here, and I have to give it to Him. It was something that I had to really talk to myself about. So let me jump into my success time, things I did that I was able to succeed. So I prayed. That was my primary thing. I studied as much as I could, and I prayed. I kept praying. I had to rely fully on God. Telling him. There was a day I told God, I was like, you know what, Jehovah, show me that this is something you want for me, because it's getting too much. Please show me. And it was after my third exam. I struggle mainly with fundamentals, you guys. Like pharmacology, I don't know God first, but I've always been someone who is good at memorizing stuff. So even when I was doing like macrobiology, I didn't have trouble with it honestly. Like I would take all my tests and get 90s in it because I'm very good at memorize. I can memorize something and even sing it like a song, like seriously. So I didn't really struggle that much with pharmacology, but my pharmacology struggled because of the negativity from my fundamentals. Because I wasn't doing so well in fundamentals, I was so stressed and drained. So I wasn't like performing excellently like I would under a normal circumstances with my pharmacology. And it's crazy. Some students were good at foundations and struggle with fundamentals. Some people were good at both. It was hard on everyone honestly. But it came to them naturally. They could put two and two together and figure fundamentals up. But it wasn't clicking. Like I went in it so blindly, like with no medical experience, no healthcare experience, and it was really hard for me. Like my common sense was not common sense enough. Because sometimes I would hear some students say, "Oh, foundations is just fundamental of nursing. It's just common sense. Just read the question." Sometimes I don't study much for it. It's just common sense. And I'm like, well, I don't have that common sense for foundations. Like my common sense is not common sense for foundation. Because what that maybe because of where I grew up and my perspective on different things when it comes to health. So I struggle with really figuring out how to answer those questions. So I prayed a lot, and I had to like give it to God. I talked to Him, I cried to Him, I begged Him. I said, God, I'm not pushing this, but if this is something you want from me in my future, please show me. And I'm telling y'all, when I did that, there was a change. Because after I prayed, I told God, I'm not going to let myself look dejected or like I'm not serving the living God. So I wasn't going to do that anymore. Look so stressed out throughout the semester. And I went, I remember my fourth exam when I went in to take my exams. I was like, you know what, this test. And crazy, it was on my birthday when we had our fourth exam. And I told God, I said, you know what, I turned 32 today. And it should be a morning to be happy and be grateful for just life itself, being here and breathing and having some relative health. I'm not going to make this day unhappy. I'm going in there, whether I pass or I fail, I'm not going to cry about it. I'm not going to stress about it. But I'm going. As I was talking, the video went out, but I'm back. Um, so like I said, so I went into my fourth exam with on a very positive note, with a very positive spirit. That this is going to be good. This is going to be a revelation. This is going to be a yes for me, and it was. I still kind of second guess myself on a few questions, but what I did differently, I went in with a mindset of reading the questions at least twice and then look at the answers, choices they have. Whatever signal out to me, I'm going to click it and move forward. So that's what I did on my last few tests. I wasn't wasting time reading, finding answers, thinking this is not correct, this is correct. No, I wasn't doing it. So I finished my test faster. Not like I was rushing to finish, but I read the question enough to know what I needed, what I felt they needed to, what I felt I needed to know about the question, and then look at the answer choice, and I was able to answer them. And I did way better. Like I came from making like not more than like 75 on my test. I was failing, but I wasn't failing to a point where I had to drop from the class. But I just wasn't doing well enough to be in a comfortable place when I'm going into the exams, like final exams and stuff, because you don't want to be like below your expected. There's something called didactic score, especially when you're going into finals. It's even overwhelming, and I wasn't there, so that was scary to me. But I was able to, like, after my fourth exam, I came up from like 75, 72, 73 to an 88. And my fifth exam, 95. My final exam, 92. So that was like a big change. Like, it really helped me to, like, almost I can say resurrected my careers from failing to a very high score. So, but I give the glory to God, you guys. Let me tell you, He was my everything, and He still is. So I will like encourage anyone going into nursing to. It's hard, but it's doable if you pay attention to what you want to do. Like give it your best. You pray to God, and you guys. Let me tell you something. You along this way you're going to come across people who will be kind of discouraging to you, will be negative. Like honestly, I'm going to be blunt and tell you guys, like I had some negative comments from some people telling me to quit the program and telling me, are you going to continue this? If it's this hard, you're going to continue it? Like seriously, nothing good in life comes easy. I didn't go into nursing knowing that it would be so easy for me. No, that wasn't my thought going in. even though it was harder than I expected it to be, but I didn't go into it like I'm gonna have a smooth ride and just get done with it. No, I knew it's something I had to fight for, and I did not really. I just when they said those things, it was kind of discouraging, but I did not let it get to me. Number one, what I did, I either tried to avoid those kind of people. So my final words for these videos is for anyone who's desiring to go into nursing or any career for that matter, honestly, just stay focused and keep chasing your dream, and it's going to happen. It takes time. It's a gradual process, but once you are persistent and you have the necessary support, with God's help you can succeed. And never give up on your dream no matter what it is. And like I said, get rid of negative people who won't support you. Try to pray against self-doubt and the spirit of inadequacy, because it is God who can adequately qualify anyone to do anything if it is his will. So keep that in mind, and that's the spirit I'm going into my next semester with, a positive spirit. By God's help, I'm gonna either come back here next semester at the end telling you how I was crying again, but hey, I'm a crybaby, you guys, so don't be surprised when you see that. But this is it for this for my story of the semester. I'm gonna make a couple of videos about some study tips for the two courses I did this semester to help anyone who's struggling like I was struggling to be able to succeed in their program as well. So this semester ended on a good note. It was stressful at the beginning, but it ended up good. So I'm moving on into my next semester. Glory be to Jehovah God. And I thank you all for staying into this long video, but I really appreciate your support and encouragement. Keep coming to my channel. I will try my best to keep making motivational videos and educational videos to encourage anyone out there. All right, you guys, have a great day, and I love you all. Bye bye.